Wow, we were so quick. Great morning, everybody. Welcome back to Chai Together. I am your host and founder, Pratipa Day. You are tuning in for your cup of courage, hope, and imagination today. And I have with me this dynamic lady, Miss Deborah Allen. How are you feeling?
I am fantastic. I'm excited to be with you. It's such an honor.
Oh, and I like your background. It's so shiny.
Yay!
I
I'm a
like that.
girl.
I
Yay!
know. So I have to say, every time I see your posts, they're very loud in like a
Oh,
very vibrational way. Don't you agree? Like very glittery and glam. Have you always been this way?
I believe by nature I am happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I am a happy person.
Yeah.
I am a people person. Life is serious. I do a
Uh-huh.
lot of serious stuff. So
Uh-huh.
let's have a little fun.
Yeah, because I noticed I'm like, wow, like it's always like bam, bam, bam. Like, the flyers like gold, like celebrity status. So like, I don't know. Is that like, was that like a dream of yours that when you get older, like you want to be glamorous, or like when you were young, were you always glamorous too? You know what I mean?
No, I'm pretty laid. I think I'm real laid back. I think I'm
Yeah.
like really easy going. I think I'm laid back.
Hmm. I
I
see all
feel it.
your rings. You are glam.
But I'm a girl. I'm
Uh-huh.
a woman, so it is what it is. I like diamonds. There's nothing wrong with that.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I wore jewelry when I was a teenager, and so
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I just got a fun personality.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely girly. I see that. I like that. All right. So I'm gonna let the viewers know about you. Are you ready? May I?
Sure.
Okay. So finding one's inner voice can be a liberating, awe-inspiring, and transformational experience. Fashion to help the masses find their fears is the dynamic professional Miss Deborah Allen. Deborah Allen is a 5 times best-selling author, speaker, certified life coach, cleric, CEO, and creative founder of the Fear System, a multifaceted liaison specialty centered around helping women to both find and develop their voice. Having been trained by the world renowned NSA motivational speaker, Mr. Les Brown, Deborah understands the importance of strategy, development, and credible mentorship. Traits she seamlessly translates to her growing clientele. Deborah Allen, energizer, organizer, servant leader. Let's live out your dreams. And you can connect with her at DeborahAllenFierce.com, DeborahAllenSpeaker.com, and email her at DeborahAllenFierce@gmail.com. So fierce is your word. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Life can be hard, and
Yes.
it is what it is. I don't know if I'm loud. I don't know,
No, you're good. You're
but
good.
I'm happy, right?
I have a question for you actually, because I know I recently had heard someone describe such as I did, saying that it's very loud, like as an out there, right? But growing up or now, have you ever received like criticism or feedback that you're too much of this or too much of that, or that you need to tone it down? Have you ever received that? Because I have.
I don't, but you know what? I'm 49 and a half. I'm knocking right at 50. I'm
Damn.
at a season in my life. It is what it is.
Uh-huh.
I believe we all are different,
Yeah.
and all our personalities are needed. Um, I am a leader,
Mm.
and really, you have to be out there. You have to be who you are. When you work with women and people, you kind of just, for a long time, I hid who I was.
Hmm.
Ah, but there's no fun in that.
I love how you do the thing.
Ah, there's no fun in that though.
Yeah.
Be who you are. We
Hmm.
don't have to be somebody else. I think that took a long time for me to understand.
Hmm.
Ministry, business. I like rings. My husband, I like diamonds. Come on.
Hmm.
Come
I
on.
like
Most women do.
that. Hmm.
But why should I not be me? Because it offends somebody.
I like that. That means you're confident in yourself. How long did it take for you to be this way, or have you always been this confident?
I've always been confident. I don't think it's confidence. I think it's a knowing,
Mm.
right? I think that you have to own your space.
Mm-hmm.
I think as women, we give our voices, we give our space to our children, to our husbands, to ministry. And when I hit about 45, I was like, whatever. Let's just, I'm going to do, because I have to live my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for a decade, I toned me down to fit. And
Mm.
then one day I woke up, I was like, who is that? Who is that person, right? Who is
Mm.
she? All right. I was like, where is the fierce Deborah? Where is the Deborah that just didn't care, who
Mm.
battled through life? And I had to find her, and I'm not losing her. She's here to stay.
Mm.
And
So
it's fun.
how long ago now did you create the fear system?
I started the fear system. I created the fear system. Now it
Mm.
has been about 2 years. So the fear system is new. When I started doing motivational,
Mm-hmm.
I created the fear system because it was something I wanted to do. As we walk platforms, I wanted to give people tools. I did the fear system, reinvent yourself. Why?
Mm.
Because I had to reinvent myself. You can't be afraid when you have to make yourself over. You just got to kind of be out here. You like, I'm here,
Mm.
but I'm not apologizing for it, right?
No.
I'm not apologizing. I'm here.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel that you have to be active on social media? This is a conversation I've been having with my friends. Do you feel like you need that in order to be out there, or do you feel like you could do it without?
You can't do it without. It's
Mm.
just something I like to be behind the scenes. I am
Mm-hmm.
one of them people because in ministry, I have pushed behind the scenes for decades, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm in a position where I don't have a choice but to come forward.
Mm.
And so, do I think we can do it without social media? No, I don't think it's possible. If
Mm-hmm.
Bishop T.D. Jakes can do social media, if Les Brown is doing social media, that tells Deborah Allen she's going to have to do
Do
social media.
social media. So tell us about your beginnings. Tell us more about your childhood. Let's get into that.
So, what can I say that, oh man, youth. I was a teenage mother. And so
Mm.
I've been in ministry for about close to 30 years. And a lot of people do not know I am a pastor wife. Yeah, I am a fun. And I'm different from the other pastors' wives, right? Because I have personality.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh,
Oh.
I mean that I used to think when I was young uh, that I was broke, right? I was like, God, something is wrong with me. Because all the other pastor wives go with everything they say. And I'm saying, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And so I was a teenage mother. So I was a mother young.
Wow.
Um, I was a mother in high school. I finished high school through sheer guts and God. And it was a fight. I went through college. I did childcare. I come out of the medical profession. I was a director and owner of a childcare facility for a decade, for 10 years. I made over 2 million in childcare. And then when I hit 40, I kind of shifted and I said, it's not really what I want to do. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I was many things because I started living for everybody but Deborah. And so if I said anything, I'm the oldest of five. I got the big sister vibe. Yes. I'm bossy because I'm a big sister. But I came from a family that struggled with things, mental illness. A lot of things went on in my life. So was not easy for me. I am one of them people that has had to fight to live. And it is what it is. My fierce brand is me. I thought that being fierce and being strong, a lot of people made me feel like it was a deficit for me, right? That part of you don't have to have. But that's the part of me that made me survive. And so God let me see something. He said that strength, the endurance that you have, I put that in you. You're not defective. You're not broken, but you're right and you who I made you to be. And so my brand is fierce because I'm fierce. It's easy to walk it because it's who I am.
Hmm. So when you were a single mom in high school, I mean, were you a single mom in hhigh school?
I married young. I was a
Mm,
single mother in high school. When I first had my son, I was not married. Then I married. I had
mhm,
a I was my first marriage lasted for 8 years. Craziness, right? Because I was crazy. I
mm,
was a mess. When you're broken, when you don't know who you are, that's what you attract. And that's who I was. Now, so the marriage was broken, because we both were who we were, and so there's no blame on anything, right? It's just a season that it was, and
mhm.
it's okay. Was it easy? I was single. I was semi-single when I had my son, and then uh, I moved in with my first husband young. I was raised in church. For a season, for about 4 or 5 years of my life, I strayed from God and I went a little ballistic, right? And then from when I hit 19, I got back serious with God. And from 19 to 49, I've been rocking Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember 19, very young. We think we know everything, we sure don't. But I want to ask you, so what do you feel, because that's a lot you went through and nobody would know now because of the work you do. You just see, like who you are now, but they don't know your backstory. What do you feel was the most challenging part? Do you feel that was becoming a teenage mom and going through that hardship alone? Or do you feel like it was something else in your life?
I think it was something else. I was a mother at 15, but
So young.
God was with me. When I was 15, I was determined to still be. Um, I was in Navy ROTC. I had
Mhm.
scholarships to go to the Navy Academy, and I did not go because I was a
Mhm.
mother. And I remember saying at 15 that I'm not going to let my mother raise him, but I was going to raise him. So I didn't go to Navy ROTC. I didn't go to the school that I had a scholarship in. I was an honor roll student. I was a high achiever in all through school, through college. I'm one of them people. I'm a high achiever. It's my DNA. Some people are just, you just you're
Yeah.
one of them people. Was being a teenage mother difficult? Yes, it was hard when people talked about you, but I always believed that I would survive it, right? I never believed that it was going to beat me, right? I just never felt that way. Other things was harder for me than that. But that, though it was hard, oh my God, it was. And I would not tell anybody to be a teenage mother. That's why I work a lot with women. I work a lot with you. I would tell women sex can wait, marriage can wait, babies can wait. Because if you do not know who you are, then you're going to lose yourself. So it can wait.
This is so good. I'm so happy to have you on because I really like what you said there. Because you know what I've learned, and I don't know if you know my backstory, but I also had, my abortion with my twins because I wasn't in a state of mind to have them, right? So it's interesting. I like what you said that all those things can wait because most people don't think about it. They just have kids because society, get married because society, not because they're thinking of their own, not their own thinking. So I really like that you're doing that work. What do you see yourself, building something bigger in that area
Of course.
with your brand?
Of course. I'm an
Mhm.
advocate for women. Of course.
Mhm.
I believe that I am here um, to advocate for women. I am here to advocate for women who has lost their voice, whether you're young, because I went through a season of my life as I matured. I married young. I
Mhm.
divorced after 8 years. Then I've been married to my husband, Apostle Allen. We've been together 24 years. Oh my God.
Wow.
So I've been married the majority of my life. But you can lose you in
Mhm.
that. I believe that our voice matters. I believe that women matter. I believe that we are the only people, I'm sorry, but
Mhm.
I got to say it, that
Mhm.
people feel that we have to give up our voice. I have to give up who I am for my husband, my children, whatever. No,
No, you don't.
but we feel that way. Because
Yeah.
when you start having children, I'm a mother of 6. So I have children from the age of 33 all the way down to the age of 8. My baby is 8. So I have 6. And so
Wow.
you feel like, I got to be mom, right? I got to be wife, right? And everything else is important but who I am. That is something impressed on women, even women in ministry, because we can have our own voices in ministry. I've been a preacher for 27, 28 years, right? And yet, if you're a woman that rock in ministry, it's harder for women than it is men, right?
Mm.
We have to battle to be who we are. The men, they in the good old boys club. You know, it's a man's world. So they are expected to make bishops. And when I was ordained as a bishop, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? It was hard. But there's men that's been in this thing half the time, a third of the time. And people can give them those titles. But women, they make us sit decades because we have to earn it. And we have to be better.
Do you feel like being in ministry that there's still judgment because you're a woman? Do you feel
Of
so?
course, it comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be tougher. We have to be better. And we have to be secure in who we are. Because if you are not, you will not last.
You need thick skin. And you said you're going to be 50, so that's true then, what they say, as you get older you care less. You find that to be true?
Yeah, I was a teenage mom. So I was one of them people that I heard a lot of talk when I was young. I think age give you wisdom in the fact that you accept it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe what's wrong, we don't accept things. One of the reasons I was in ministry for many, many years, people saw my son and did not realize I was a teenage mother. I was married. First, my husband was a pastor. Then he went to bishop. Then now he's a presiding apostle. And they saw this woman with all these, they just never put together that actually I had to be young when I had him. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just never clicked. I began telling people who I was because I want young women to know it don't matter where you start. You can mess up. You can. You can. Man, that was a mess up. That was one of them. The world is over.
Yeah. It's a really serious
Oh my
responsibility.
God. The world is over as we know it,
It's
right?
very stressful. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was very stressful.
So let me ask you, usually there's always some kind of gap regarding single moms and their kids. Have you ever had like any challenges with your son, or has he ever come to you, blaming you, etc., for anything, any of those things?
I'm not that kind of mama.
Mm.
Um,
That's not happening.
I gave up my life for you.
Yeah.
Don't play with me.
Yeah.
You know what? It's no blame. It's no blame.
Yeah.
We grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
I was a mother before I was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I was not a woman. I was a child.
Yes.
But I raised him myself to the best of my ability.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows that. And so there is no blame.
Mm-hmm.
I have done the best I could by you. I have loved you. I have sacrificed for you. I'm not really hearing that from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I have 6. Do they say things? Whatever. Right? Whatever. I ain't hearing that. I'm a Black woman. I have done all I can do for you. Mama ain't. I'm not hearing it. I'm not that type of woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't make excuses. Whatever it is, we work through it. We own it. And I tell my children, I've done the best I could with you. Whatever you dealing with, when you become an adult, it's your decision where you go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me defend myself. This ring is my apostle ring. That's why it's so big.
I like it.
That's why it's so big.
It's a red heart, right?
Yeah, it's a red stone for the apostle. And so that's why it's that big. And I don't have space for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a crier over the past. I had to learn how to accept some hard things. You accept it and you keep on going.
So you're resilient. Would you consider yourself resilient? Yeah,
I better be.
you better be.
I better
You
be.
know, I know you mentioned mental illness. Was that of your own? You had some, brain health concerns, some
Yeah, my
anxiety.
mom had mental illness. So I
Mhm.
grew up with a mother that had mental illness all my life.
Hmm.
And that's one of the reasons that led me to doing a lot of things I did. Children don't understand, children don't know how to cope.
Mhm.
Now, with 40 plus years with my mom with mental illness, you learn to be resilient.
Mhm.
I basically, my brothers and sisters, I'm the oldest. I basically raised my brothers and sisters.
Mhm.
But even in that, I don't feel any kind of way about that, right?
Mhm.
Because people struggle with what they struggle with. I don't blame my mom. Oh my God, you've been dealing with mental illness for 45 years of my life, and it is what it is. People
Mhm.
are doing the best they can.
I really like that.
Right. I don't have time to lay that at her feet. I'm not one of them people. I never say, you've been nah. I told my
Mm.
mother one day, she was mad at me. She's like, I'm your mother. I told her, no, I'm your mother. And you gonna listen to me. Right? You gonna do what I tell you to do, right? Because though she's my mother, I've had to mother her many, many years. And she is my mother, and I do honor
Mhm.
her. But I am
I know what you mean. You're a caregiver. Like you have to listen to me, right?
I'm her warden.
Mhm. You're scary. Wait, do you mind sharing what your mom has? I mean, it's her business. I mean, it's up to you.
Schizophrenia. I would definitely say
Yeah.
bipolar disorder,
Yeah.
schizophrenic.
That's what my mom has. I don't know if you know, but that's why I started the show before I joined with Les. So,
I don't feel any shame from it.
yeah.
Even in ministry, a lot of people be like, "Oh, your
Mhm.
mom." Nah, it is what it is,
So
right?
how is she now? Like, is she getting the proper help?
Yes, but I
Okay.
mean, whether they do or not, it is gonna always be something you
Yes.
have to deal with.
Yeah.
It's
That
not
doesn't
something
go
that just goes
away.
away. It's just, right.
Mhm.
They have flare ups, they have issues, and so it's okay though.
Mhm.
Right? I'm okay with it. When I was younger, people be like, "You're not." I'm not ashamed. Okay, I'm not. Whatever. She my mama. Hey, it is what it is. Sometimes that's what you have.
You
Right?
know what? I feel like the shame part comes because usually, in Black culture, like we don't talk about mental health. I think that's why they put that label that, oh, you should be ashamed. Why? Because you're Black and have that going on. Because, like there are stereotypes like, oh, that's for the white people, etc. You know what I'm talking about. And no, I feel like you and I are very similar because obviously I've had to care for my mom, as well, like putting myself through undergrad. So I feel like we're similar on those terms. Yeah.
Definitely. And I think shame. You know what? Everybody wants to place blame. It's your fault I didn't do this. Guess what? I'm like over that
Mhm.
because life is what you make it.
Mhm.
We could have been aborted. We could have been adopted. She could have walked out. You know,
Mhm.
nobody gave parents parenting books. Nobody. There is not a manual that say this is
Mhm.
how you be a mom. This how you raise children. This how you deal with mental illness. I don't care if you're Black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Mexican, Indian, African. Mental illness does not have a color.
Mhm.
That's what I believe is across the board. I think we all have the benefits of it. And it's like life. Life is life. I don't want to place blame.
Mm.
It's too many years of that. I don't want to do that. Because
Wow.
then when you place and blame, then you live in it forever. And I ain't living in it forever. Accepted is a wonderful thing. When you accept some
Mm.
things, then you can deal with it.
So interesting because I'm in my late 20s and you're about to be 50 and I can definitely resonate with you. There's no age for that either. Yeah, I'm 28.
My
Um,
second son is
Yeah.
28.
I'm
Oh,
just getting
is he?
started.
And life
So,
is wonderful.
so I know you joined with Les, and I know you went through TR. Do you feel totally transformed in the work you do now is because you went through Les's program and it's like changed you and brought out more of your voice?
I think it has.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what I love about Mr. Les Brown is this. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that he has the personality,
Mm-hmm.
and he has given us space to be who we are. I like the fact that he is who he is. He doesn't apologize. He can
Mm-hmm.
speak and cry. He can speak and laugh. He can speak and make jokes, and it's okay. That's the freedom of that. I
Mm-hmm.
like being around people that are like me, because I
Mm-hmm.
think that a lot of times when we think into results, when we're the inner circle and with Les Brown, we are people that think different. We are uh, goal achievers.
Mm.
We are champions, and we have that mentality. Winners win is what they do.
Mm.
And when you sit with winners, you different. But we have that mindset. And so I believe is greatness in that, just for the simple fact that you're with your tribe.
Mm.
And that's our tribe. So our mindset people, our people, they think like us. We don't have to be in the same country. We don't have to be the same. You could be 28 and I could be 49, but that mindset that's there, the
Mm-hmm.
mindset of a champion is that they win. Winners don't cry all the time. Winners don't say, woe is me all the time. I teach and I believe this. If you're a leader, leaders lead, period. There's a time to fall apart, and I'm not one to fall apart.
Wow.
I don't really, I have my moments, they don't last long
Mm-hmm.
because it's
That's
not who I
good.
am. If I have a moment, I can have a moment, but I pull myself out of it. I know, because you can waste years saying what if.
Mm-hmm.
You can waste years. I felt something as a woman. I felt like as a teenage mother, people wanted me to pay for it forever, right? Forever. You want me to pay for it forever? I made a mistake 30 years ago. I got to pay for it forever, ever. Get over it.
Wow.
You don't have to pay for
Wow.
it forever. You've paid for it.
Mm.
If you haven't, whatever, some of you say, having a board, you've paid for it. Whatever we have done, we have paid for it.
Wow. I really like that.
Right. So turn the page.
That speaks to me.
Because you paid the price for it. But God is not requiring for us to be, I can't pay for it forever.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I have to be able to say, I'm gonna move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's healing in it.
I like what you did there.
That's age, though.
So, so let me ask you. So, when is it you started? You work for yourself now, right? Full time. Is that what you do?
I do now.
Yeah.
This is the second time I work for myself. I did childcare for a decade.
Mm-hmm.
I closed my center about 7 years ago. I went back to corporate America, and about 4 years ago, I decided to shift
Mm.
and
Thank God.
be a big girl. And that wasn't easy for me. And so I left my corporate job December of 2020. I coach full time. I am a speaker, a mentor. I am an advocate. I believe that I have to be who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I'm called to it. This year of my life, I told my husband that I feel like a mantle in my life has dropped, like the
Mm.
mantle, like civil rights, women rights. I just feel like that now my voice has to be the voice. I don't think it's okay not to speak anymore. I think it's demanded. I think we too broken. I think we got too much work to do. Nobody had to know none of the things that I have been through in my life. I could keep it hidden because I did for a long time. But then we are ineffective. I'm not a good witness. If people see me and they say, "Oh, Apostle Deborah, and you do this," and I can never be because you could be. And so I purposely am transparent because I want people to see me and say, because you have a baby at 15, your life is not over. Because you divorced in your early 20s, because I was divorced with 2 children. Oh my God. Life was hard, right? Oh, right?
I can imagine.
It was rough. But you got to be all those things to be who you are. That's what make me who I am now. I would never be Deborah if I didn't go through that. So I understand that now. I didn't understand it when I used to cry, when I was going through my divorce. And I used to lay on the floor and just bawl about it. Right? But I was heartbroken. Oh my God. Nothing made sense. And everything was major. I'm aging. Everything ain't major no more. Now things like, yeah, whatever. Let me just keep going. Because I learned something. Keep living. Things will change. Whatever place you in, don't worry about it. It will pass on by.
I like that. It's very true. Keep living, especially for people who, are suicidal, etc. And
I've been suicidal.
Yeah.
Suicidal, of course.
It's like you keep living, it'll get better. But if you just give up and do that, there is no going back from suicide.
I think it's an easy out. I thought about it when I was a teenager, but it's something, I think it's something we all have contemplated. Some people don't say it. I think it's just a thought that go through anybody's mind because it's an escape. It's the out, right? I won't have to deal with it. But it's not the right out. Because life will change and it does get better. People give up when they don't feel like there's no other option. And that's why I think my voice is important. I want them to see me and say it is an option. I finished high school. Well, I used to walk my son in the rain, the snow, wrap him in blankets. I used to catch buses I caught it to make it through. I caught it, right? I didn't have nobody watch my son. I was going to another school in a suburban county, and I grew up in the inner city, and I had to come back to the inner city to put my son in daycare. Nothing I ever thought I would have to do. I caught it. Man, life was hard. At 15, oh my God, to make it through high school, people have no idea. But I looked at the 40-year-old Deborah, and I said, who are you? That's the 15-year-old you. She fought to make it. You 40 and you just here. Go find her. Go find that girl. Go find her. Because this education and money and things have kind of made you a little soft, boo.
Oh my God. I like that.
You got to go back and find the warrior you are.
So do you feel like now you're finally living? From last year to now? I mean, since we're in the program to now, you started living?
I've always lived.
I've
always lived. I've been in God 30 years. Even in my worst days, I have lived. Right? My entire life, whether it was ugly, whether it was hard, I have always lived. I believe that I have got the guts to be who I want to be. I think I have stepped out of one of the worst things I did was close my child care center. That was the hardest thing for me. It was harder than if I had anything that I would say that almost broke me. I would say it was that. Because I was used to having money, right? I am not one of them people that should not have money. I'm like Les Brown. I am not. But money give you options. And And when you are used to having and being able to do, I made a lot of money, but I gave a lot. I helped a
Mhm.
lot of families. I helped a lot of women. I helped a lot of youth. We did a
Mhm.
lot with our children. And I have that. I believe that we have to make money for our communities, for our
Mhm.
families, for our ministries. I believe that we're going to be the door to bring change. And that was one. Now, that was the thing that I laid in the floor and I cried about. But God shifted me and told me to walk away from it because it became my God. Some things can become your God. And so I had to learn balance. And God don't like anything else to be your God but him. He's
Mm.
never like that. He's a stickler for that, right? He said that this business, you think that it has made you, but I made you. Without me, you would be nothing. And so it was something I had to let go. And I had to recenter and refocus myself. And so this time around, I've learned how to keep my priorities my priorities.
Wow. I'm learning from you.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like in life you shouldn't be attached. So you had become attached, right, to the center. And that's not healthy as well for growth, right?
I think it can become your God.
Mhm.
What does that mean? That it's everything to you. You
Mhm.
live for it. God never want us to have things that have us, right?
Mhm.
And who I was attached to that, right? I made so much money. I was used to having money. What who I was attached to that image. But that became my source. God don't want nothing to be your source but him. He's our source.
Mhm.
He's jealous in that. He ain't gonna share you with 20,000 people. You're gonna know, he's gonna know that he your priority. I am more focused in my priority. Yes, I do need to make money. Yes, I do need to do things. Yeah, but
Mhm.
I am my purpose is ministry.
Mhm.
But motivational gave me a freedom. When I was young, I saw myself walking stages. I never thought it would be outside of ministry until now. Listening to Les Brown unlock something in my brain last year when he was like, "Do you believe you have a voice that's going to bring change?" And as he spoke, it was like God, a key went and unlocked, and it unlocked something in me. And I was like, "Boy, I'm hot too. I can. Oh my God, I can do that." It was like boom, right? My mind said, "Can you comprehend that you more than a preacher? Can
Mm.
you comprehend that you can walk stages for more than just ministry?" And that was like, it did. It made something light in me. I feel like a missing piece of me had been found through motivational because you got to be. It allows me to move in a bigger realm,
Mhm.
right? And we do have to come out of the church and walk into it gives us a greater exposure. But I think I'm just motivational, right? I just think it's in
Mhm.
my
You are. I was gonna say you're on your own red carpet, and that 15-year-old Deborah who was, had a hard life is now living.
yeah,
As in like because you're busy raising your son now, it's like that 15-year-old you have her spirit, and now it's like she's back and she's living.
yeah,
If you know what I mean?
yeah, I do.
Wow,
And it took a long time to get her back.
what a journey! Because that's what this is about. So, what do you feel? What do you feel you want to do now? You want to keep coaching, and then what else?
I coach a lot. Um, I want to travel for women. One of
Mm-hmm.
the things I am going to do is I am going to go to Africa. I have a
Ooh,
lot of women in Africa. I have a lot of people, but
yeah.
I want to go to Africa and build wells, right? I want to do things for the women because there's a lot of women
Mm-hmm.
in Africa. They're marrying young, right? They
Mm-hmm.
don't they
Mm-hmm.
don't have the right to be. We think we got it hard, but they
No.
don't have the right. They can walk 7, 8 miles to get clean water. A lot of the women are in abusive relationships and they
Yeah.
want to go to college. They're not allowed to go to college. And so I want to go to Africa.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel I'm called there.
There is I will go as well. There's a website called Volunteer HQ. My anthropology professor told me about it, and you can go there and volunteer with, women empowerment or different areas. And I believe this was near Victoria Falls, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure what mountain it was. Am I wrong? Is it Fiji?
Fiji.
There you go. That was the area where you could go volunteer, but it has like different areas you can go to. But I like that. I like your mission.
But I want see, I'm different though. But I have to have money to go.
Yeah.
Because I want to be an answer to some of the problems. I don't think it's all right anymore that we just go. I don't believe that. Right? I believe that we have to go and be the answer. I believe that we have to be the ones that go and fund the wells. I believe that we're going to have to be the ones that go and pay for the women colleges. I believe we're going to have to be the ones that go and buy houses for them to come out of domestic. I'm tired of being in church. And we feel like that's the perimeter of where we at. I don't want to do that. I want to come out the door, which I have done for many, many years. And I'm not saying I haven't given back. Through childcare, man, we blessed for a decade. We took care of our families. We bought clothes. We bought toys. We gave scholarships. We provided transportation for free. We did all kind of things for our community. I'm not saying that. But I believe that we can do more and on a bigger scale. That's my dream. I don't need money for me, but I need money for purpose. And that's the difference. That's the me now. I make wealth for the kingdom because I'm taking my money to the women because women are waiting for us. And if we can help one, that's my life now. Yeah, I talk to young girls because if I can stop one from having a baby, man, that's more than anything. And if you have one, if I can help you get back up, man, that's life. I don't need wealth for me. I don't care. I didn't have money. I don't care about that. But for the purpose that's on my life, I do have to be effective to go do what we need to do. We talk a lot. I don't want to be people that talk. I want to be the solution. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel more the advocate. I'm more of an advocate now.
Right? Left me speechless.
I do.
It's like you are motivationally speaking, even when you're just talking.
We gotta be but we are the change. We thinking that somebody else is gonna change the world. No. I'm gonna change the world.
Wow.
Right?
And it's in your eyes.
It is, because I mean it. It gotta be. When I was in high school, it was an older woman that used to help me with my childcare. That's why I did childcare. And I couldn't pay my co-pays. I couldn't do different things. And she would always help me. And she would say, you know what, baby? She'd say, long as you go to school, I'm going to help you with this baby. I couldn't pay for field trips. But she would say, long as you go to school, I'm going to help you. We to help. When did we stop caring? I am a Black woman, right? I'm coming for my women. It ain't about me. Because our people are dying. And we are doing nothing. And it's not okay. So I got to be fierce, right? It's come to this. I'm very passionate about women. Because somebody helped me. That one Black woman, and when she died, her daughter took over for the center. And she did the exact thing for women that her mother did for me. That's how I made it through high school.
Wow.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, because we all need somebody.
I had Black women. We did PIP back a long time ago. They used to make us go to parenting classes because it was an epidemic in the 80s when we was having kids. Oh my God. And they didn't know what to do with us, so they made us go to parenting class, right? And I had some Black women. They were educated women. And they came in and they gave their time to the teenage mothers. And they talked to us about birth control. And they talked to us
Mm.
about being mothers. And they rolled our tails. Baby, them women made me. What if we were those women? Wow. That's something.
Mm-hmm.
That's powerful. So I am a speaker. I know. I know.
No, it's okay. You shed a fierce tear.
That's all right.
It's very emotional, your
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, but I'm coming back for the women.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got lost along the way. And some women never find themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They kill themselves. They leave their children. They give up. But what have we done to change it?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm coming out the church. Yeah, I'm pastor. I'm not saying that, right?
Mm.
But I'm no longer going to be hidden. They're not going to see Apostle Deborah and just think, no, they're going to see Deborah. So they can know you can get up again. And that's everything. Will we leave legacy? Will you leave here and somebody miss you?
Mm.
Will somebody say that woman helped me with childcare? That woman was the reason why I finished high school. I didn't have nobody to help me. My mother couldn't watch my kid. I was on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But God had people in position to help me. It's everything. And so a lot of people think I make money. I want to make money for me. I don't have it. There is nothing that I need that I do not have. God has been faithful to me. I'm not saying I live in a mansion. I'm not saying but there is nothing that I need that I do not have.
Mm.
God has taken care of me. Even when my life had crumbled, he still had provided for me. I've been on my own since I was 15. I have never been homeless. My lights have never been off. I ain't never been hungry. I'm a little thick. I ain't been hungry.
Wow.
So he has taken care of me. I'm not one of them people. I'm not pitiful. I'm not a victim, right? I don't like it. I'm not one of them. And I don't want people to feel sorry for me because it's a dishonor to my God who has provided for me. And he has.
Someone said hallelujah. It sounds like their story. Sounds like my story too.
What a
Wow.
woman at.
So
We
much to
need
learn
women.
from you. Because when I was going through that time, I didn't have a woman or someone by my side. If I did, maybe things would have been different. Not that, wish, I would have, could have, should have. I don't regret anything. But if we did have a power system of women like that to help other women through that time, then maybe I would have kept my kids. Who knows? But if you don't have any support,
I agree.
right? Like you don't have anybody, I have to make sure I put myself first for my own mental health, that I could survive. How can I help 2 other children in my womb if I can't help myself?
I agree. And we don't, I'm fighting about some things in my life. I believe like as mothers, we give up on our children. I've been on my own since I was 15. Should no 15-year-old be on their own? Stop it, I say.
No.
So we as women, we have to hold on to our children more, right? I'm one of them people. Keep your kid. Yeah. I got a 23-year-old. She here. She be like, Mama, you not ready. Stay at home with mama. Stay at home with your mama. Stay at home with your mama as long as you can. Amen. I don't believe we should push our children out, because then these are the results.
I feel like you're speaking to my life. I chose to go to Thailand. My parents said, don't go. I ended up in that situation, had my abortion. Not that, to blame myself, it was because of traumas. It went down a black hole, depression, but it's because but my home situation was where I couldn't be at home either. So I was trying to make it on my own 2 feet, but I was too fragile. I was too young for that. Yeah. No.
But you had to be her. That's what
Mm.
I love. See, this is what I love about destiny, right? But you had to be her to do this.
Yeah. There would be no Chai together otherwise.
Exactly. And that's why forgiveness is there.
Wow.
Because you have to. And people don't die in the process. Because you have to go through all this to be who you are now. We think it's bad, but I had to be. I had to go through the domestic violence to be a speaker against domestic violence. You have to be them people. You have to live it. It's what make you. But I'm gonna tell you something aged, and something came to my mind. God told me. He said, your greatest battle, or what you count as your greatest loss, will be your greatest victory.
Wow.
The thing that you think was the worst thing in your life, like what you went through, but it has caused the greatest things in your life. And it does. Something beautiful comes from it. Can I go back in time? No. But I can reach a whole lot of other women and say, don't do it.
Wow.
I can't go back and fix it. But if I can help her, it's healing and helping other people. We are not healed because we don't help somebody else. But when you help somebody else, it heals you. That's the healing.
People, like when I do these lives, someone said, does it feed my soul?
It heals you.
I get a high off of it. I was like, yes.
It's healing.
Yeah, hearing other stories.
Yeah, it's a healing. Because no, I can't change my past, but I can change your destiny. Wow. That's powerful.
So when do you think you'll go to Africa?
Soon. Within the next year or two. I have been waiting for COVID, but I believe
I know I told you about that website. You can also go through them, but you want to do something of your own. So you're going to go a different route.
I don't know. I believe I'm going to go with a group of people.
Yeah.
Right? I got some women I do ministry with, and I may go through a group of people. I believe I'm an advocate for women worldwide. I believe I have the voice for women.
You need to meet Oprah.
But I do, right? I do. I just feel it. You know, I feel like that is going to be a change. I believe it. And it's not crazy. You could be whoever you want to be. That's something Les made me think about. I looked at him. I said, he is 76 and he kicking butt.
Now he's 77.
But last year when I met him, he was 70. I was he's 76. I was like, now if it made me say, what's your excuse? Yeah. It make you look at life like, he was like, I still got fire in my belly. I was like, this dude is 76. He didn't battle stage 4 cancer for 27 years and it has not stopped him. It told me, I said, girl, you better come on. You got to come on, girl. Yeah. If he can do it, it let me see, you can still do it. And I got time. Because guess what? That's what the devil told me. When I started over at 45, you starting over, you getting old. I looked at Les Brown. I was like, girl,
so young.
You got time.
Yeah. And it's not where his life is perfect. Like he has, that disease and he's still making money, being a speaker, but it's never going to be perfect where nothing's going wrong. You know what I mean?
But he's changing lives. His voice changes lives. And he has effectively done it.
I feel like you could live to 110, another 60 years. You look very youthful. It's a
I don't
genetic.
know.
It's genetics.
This
Black
gray
don't
hair at my
cry.
temple is starting to tell me a little different, but
You do. It's so great having you on here. Would you like to share anything else? Tell us more about your coaching and how exactly you coach, if you'd like to, and
I
regarding speaking.
I am an amazing coach. I am.
Yeah.
Because it's what I love and it's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to help people birth, find, rediscover their purpose.
Mm.
You got to understand who you are. You got to understand your purpose. And then you have to go after your dreams. So I coach women, I coach pastors, apostles, leadership, pastor wives, authors, because I am an author. I love being an author. Yay! I do. I love being an author. I coach authors. I coach life, relationship, ministry. Uh, I have been in ministry a long time. I have been licensed in the state of Missouri to do a lot of coaching, a lot of counseling, and I do. I think my approach, I am a visionary. And then when you love folk, I love people and I want people to win. And a lot of times we don't have what we need because we don't use what's in our hand. When I closed my center, I cried to God, and I remember crying. I don't have this I need for my family. I need this for my family. And my husband had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, leukemia, and I was crying about it. I was saying, God, where are you, right? And God was like, use what's in your hand.
Mm.
We do not use our gifts to make the income we need. I teach that. I teach how to break it down. I teach strategy. I teach childcare. And so you guys can go to www.deborahallenspeaker.com. Go to Deborah Allen Speaker. My Fierce. I did my whole brand across the page, and they'll reach me on Gmail as well. That's fine. But on all social media, I'm Deborah Allen Fierce. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they'll find me. And let's live. Let's live. Let's stop being afraid because it doesn't matter. And I believe we never fail. Nothing is a failure. It ain't no failure. And you can always start over. So for the women that when they feel like I'm stuck, call me. Call me. Who am I? Call me. I do all that, right? Because I've been all that.
Yeah.
People teach things that they have never lived.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work out well.
It don't work out well.
No.
Am
If
I
you're doing it for
yeah.
doing it for money or other reasons, it's not.
No, but I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that I am an igniter.
Mm-hmm.
I ignite people. I give people the ability to be fierce. And so we have to break down barriers. I am not by nature, I am a cheerleader, right? But I cheer for people. And you need somebody to cheer for you. Life is hard.
Yeah, I say that.
You need somebody to cheer. I'm a cheerer. Right. I told God, I'm the cheer for the church. I cheer for the saints. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're an incredible person. I just want to say briefly that I remember when I was in school, I was quite young and I was in a class full of all ages, right? Older people come to college as well in community college.
Yes.
And our professor asked, well, raise your hand if you feel life is easy. Like he was doing both questions, easy or hard. And he was like, be careful. A lot of people are going to be pissed in this room if you say your life is easy. And I raised my hand because at the time I was like 18. I didn't have responsibilities. And, and he was just saying that like, I didn't know. Now I say life is already difficult and hard to make things more simpler for ourselves because I grew up at that time. Like, oh, it's easy. I had a brand new car, no bills, do whatever I want to do. So young, and I didn't know what life was really about until S hit the fan, the S word hit the fan. And then I realized, wow, like, because I thought I was untouchable, that God got me, nothing bad's going to happen to me. Like, just so careless. I was so wrong. I thought just because I'm a good person, nothing bad was going to happen to me. That was my thinking. That was my thinking.
I'm a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, sort of. Without God, I'm a
who really determines that, though? You know what I mean? People shouldn't determine that,
because we all got something in us that God has to fix.
Mm-hmm.
And because you serve God, because a lot of the saints, a lot of the Christians say, it's not fair. Because I used to tell God that it's not fair. God says life, right? God, like, get over it. Life happens to everybody. Mm-hmm. Who told you was exempt, right? Mm-hmm. Who told you? The Bible never has told us that we were not going to go through things. That's a misperception of us. Life is life, but it's beautiful. And I'm in it, and I'm going to live it. You need a coach to push you. You ready to build, make money, and chase your dreams. Let's go. I'm going to live my life unafraid and to the max. And when I leave here, see, that it just is just who I am. Mm-hmm. They're going to miss me. I believe that the world will miss me when I leave.
Yeah, because I'll remember you.
Exactly. And with the work that we're doing for people, Martin Luther King died many years ago.
Yeah.
We're still talking about him. JFK, all them Michael Everett, all those people. But they have left legacy. Your legacy never dies.
Deborah Allen. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for coming on here.
Yeah, I was easy.
Yeah.
Not easy.
You're easy? Can you believe it's an hour? First, when we started off slower, I was just like, okay, like 30 minutes. Like, we'll be like, cool. And we went to an hour. I love it. Usually happens that way.
So, that's all right.
I
set myself free to be with you today, however long you needed me.
Thank you so much. And thank you for those tuning in. And please do check out Miss Deborah. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thanks. I love it.